All right, I'm Michael Bandy, and welcome to the horror debate. The stuff we talk about
before... Did you blow that, Mike?
The stuff we talk about before that record button gets hit.
When we go live, literally, if we're in the middle of a conversation, you might hear stuff that you wouldn't believe, okay?
Yeah, stuff
to be
you're not
completely
supposed to
honest
hear.
and frank with you.
Anyways, welcome to this week's edition of the Horror Debate. I'm Michael Mandy, and with me, as always,
Rowdy Jeff!
And we're debating the After Dark films, 8 films to die for, and or the After Dark original films. Can you talk any faster?
What, are you auctioning it off your car or something?
Yeah, I'm just getting through this. Just to get to
slow
the
down. What if it was the first time somebody logged in to listen? And they're going to turn off. They're going to think they're listening to something like Chinese broadcast somewhere.
So you're saying that someone who has never been here out of 248...
Has it been that many?
Yes!
248?
I think I posted it on the Metaketti board.
Oh my God, 248. We've done this 248 times?
Yes!
That's amazing.
Yeah, we've got
I'm going to high-five you later.
Okay.
When we get out of this booth.
So anyways...
Wow.
Yeah, we've been doing this a long time. There's a lot of movies
That's amazing, though. How long has it been? Like 6 years?
We've been doing this a
long time. And you know what? Yeah, we mentioned this in another debate, how it all started. We were sitting in a car driving somewhere, and we're rattling off at the mouth back and forth about movies.
What was, you invited me over to your house for an all-night horror film
and we
fest.
just got to talking because well, see, here's the deal. Here's the lowdown on me and Mike. There's a groundbreaking exclusive. And we chose this debate to do it. Because Mike and I met through this band Y&T, which is very popular, and I actually do their forum and things of that nature.
And you can check them out at www.yntrocks.com.
That's right. And Mikey was a fan who came out to a lot of the shows and stuff, and we met.
I was one of the first people on that board.
That's right, you were. Except for me, who started
it. Well, yeah, you said, yeah.
So anyway, but Mike and I got to be buddies, and we got to start talking about what, likes and dislikes and things like that. And I found out he was a USC film school grad, and we basically kind of bonded over the fact that we both loved horror movies.
So then he invites me over to his house. He says, hey, I'm going to have a bunch of buddies over to my house, and we're going to watch a bunch of horror movies. And I said, cool. Then we should do this movie and that movie and that movie. And you said, yeah, and this movie and that movie. So I came over, and I said, why did you start with this movie? You're going to put everyone to sleep?
Yeah.
And you did.
Yes.
So we started talking because, well, I've seen that.
And it was a beautiful thing because we talked until like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Everyone else was sound asleep at like 10 p.m.
So we made it through. I mean, we literally were up all night talking. It wasn't boring. And everybody's like, holy crap, why don't you guys record this? Because it would be really cool for somebody to listen into because we have both had a lot of insight on these movies.
And we both approach movies from different directions,
right.
too.
Right. So we decided to try it out. We got a domain, and we started playing around with it, cutting a few demos here and there. And you can actually hear those because we actually used them on the site. So some of the really old debates, you'll hear us sounding really official, like we are just going to talk like this the entire time.
And hello, how are you? And this movie?
But we found our voice after it probably took a few months, but we found our voice, we loosened up, and here we are.
You know what I think the turning point was when we did that god-awful horror movie, The Wicker Man.
Oh, yes.
That movie was so bad. We were laughing so hard and slamming how silly that was and how it took itself
and
so
our
seriously.
personalities came out.
And that's when we said, there we go. That one's fun to listen to.
That was, you know what, that and Suspiria, which was another early one that I remember that as being one of the funniest and most fun debates because I was saying stuff that Mike was just dying over, and he was saying stuff that I was just dying over.
Suspiria, you did something different. You see, Suspiria was a little bit past that because we would do the routine and we do everything, but then you say, okay, for Suspiria, I have here notes.
Yes.
And you pull out this piece of paper, and I went, oh boy, this is new.
What we found is that what I found specifically is that using notes kind of slows me down, and it's not as it doesn't flow. Yeah, it doesn't flow. It's a little too inbounds for me.
This is off the cuff.
Yes.
I mean,
when we say off the cuff, we literally hit record, and whatever comes out, and that's just the way it is.
I mean, right here, we've already spent 5 minutes, and we haven't even said the name of the movie that we're supposed to be talking about.
You know what we ought to do, Mike? We ought to have an episode, and I've been asked this before. We ought to have an episode where we just talk about horror-related stuff. It doesn't have to be about a movie.
What, you mean like the fact you live next door to a graveyard?
That would be great to talk about. I can tell you all the crap that goes on over there, Mike. But
half of it's you.
No, I don't get involved in it, man. There's some witchcraft going on over there. I'm telling you. But no, the honest truth is,
I tried to be quiet.
But if you had, listen, if we had an episode, people have been asking for that. You know, where we just kind of roll.
We do roll.
But we mix it all up into the debates. But they want an episode where they could just log in and listen to us just kind of talk about general stuff. I mean, we just did a debate earlier where we were talking about Batman, for God's sakes. I mean, come on,
Or deep fried peanut butter and jelly.
Deep fried peanut butter jelly. Whatever comes to mind is what we roll on.
I love that. It's, what's so funny is we just these off the cuff and we just say what comes out and it's gone and whatever, and we move on with our lives. And then like 4 weeks later, someone will write to us and say, dude, you started a debate about killing someone and ended up talking about Pringles.
We started a debate on Pringles, yeah.
Oh, man, it's like, we did that? Wow.
We're sorry. We Mike and I are friends as well as partners in this thing, and I tell you the honest truth, when we start to talk, it goes everywhere. I mean, from music to movies to all sorts of news items. You wouldn't believe it.
Daily topical stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, what are we debating this week, Mike?
Let's see. It's the 6-minute mark right now, and we haven't even said the title of the movie.
I don't remember the title.
Seconds Apart.
That's why I didn't remember. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Seconds Apart.
One of the After Dark original films, formerly the 8 Films to Die For, and now they just call it the original film. Directed by Antonio Negrete.
This debate is going to shock you, Mike.
It's going to shock me?
This debate is going to shock you because I'm going to do something I don't do very often.
Uh-oh.
And I tell you what, this was really, really good, okay? It otherwise could be titled Two Creepy Dudes. Mm-hmm. I mean, these guys played this part perfectly. We're talking about twins, and wow, that were born seconds apart, right?
Yeah, that's the plot. But they have this weird
They have a connection.
They
have a connection. And you know what the truth is, that people have said for a long time, that twins have this kind of weird
bond.
Connection. And they actually talk about that in the movie a little bit. But Mike, plot us on this one, man.
The plot of this film is these two weirdo twin guys are at this private school, and they, I don't know how to, let's just say they have this, they can push people with their...
They can influence people.
Yeah, influence people.
Yes.
Almost like Scanners, almost.
Yes.
And, I loved Scanners. God, that was a great movie.
That was
Michael
a good film.
Ironside. I saw that in a theater.
People were scared of that movie because of the head blowing up
Oh, that
scene.
was awesome.
They kept showing that over and over, just that one scene.
Michael Ironside still has a career because his head exploded in that movie.
Yeah.
I love that movie. God. Anyways, this is...
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
This movie's kind of like that Cronenberg movie, Dead Ringers, remember? With Jeremy Irons plays the twin gynecologists.
But let me tell you,
is that wonderfully sick and twisted.
This may have been the best acted twins movie. No disrespect to Arnold and Danny DeVito, but this may have been the best acted twins movie ever.
And the thing is, these twins are really twins. It's not like they had the same guy play the twins like they did in that movie about Facebook.
Right.
The Winklevi.
Social Network.
Yeah, the Winklevi.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That was amazing, though, the one guy playing both twins. But these two twins were creepy.
They played this so well. Dude, you'd get chills watching the performances.
Oh, I loved this movie.
Yeah, I did too. I did too. This is the way the 8 Films to Die For should be.
Yes.
This is the quality we expect. I mean, this was one of the last ones I watched, and I was absolutely discouraged. I was like, oh my God, do I have to sit through another one, right?
Yeah.
But this grabbed me, pulled me in, and boy, it creeped me out. At the end, I was like, wow, power. What about those parents? How they acted so freaking plastic.
Yeah, and it's got Orlando Jones in it. He was in that.
He's a good actor.
He was in that movie Evolution.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Yeah, and
they got a name.
I didn't even recognize him because he plays an
old burn victim,
old damaged burn victim cop.
Yeah.
Whose life just kicked him to the curb, and he's like got nothing going for him until he gets onto this case.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there, just going, "Oh my God, that's him!"
Amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
Amazing.
His makeup wasn't the best, and some of the close-ups
didn't matter.
But it didn't matter. Didn't matter.
Because you were sucked into the characters immediately in this one.
Usually,
the writing was perfect.
Usually, we don't agree to the letter, but I mean, I loved this movie.
Oh,
I loved him.
Absolutely.
I loved everything about this.
Was there one thing to not like, Mike?
The ending was a little they wanted to make it more dramatic,
Yeah.
and it was kind of, I don't want to say like a bad opera,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean? It was just a little too much hanging on. The movie didn't know when to let go.
I didn't.
Otherwise, I thought this was awesome.
I was not affected by the ending in the least. I thought it was very well done from minute 1 to the last minute. Like I said, if there's one you watch in this series, this is the one to catch.
This is the one.
Unbelievably good.
Skip most of the other ones. Just watch this one in Frontiers.
Yeah, I amazing. This is a 5-star, and I don't do it very often, but this is as good as I would expect from this series.
Yeah.
Top notch. I want to see what this guy does next. This thing is happening. Watch it.
Yeah.
Find it. Seek it out.
Yeah, exactly. Antonio, way to knock it out of the park, man.
Yep.
And he was a graduate from the USC School of Cinema Television.
Well,
way
there
to
you go.
Fight on.
So what happened to you, Mike? Why aren't you directing one of these 8 films to die for? Come on, you're from USC.
Because geez,
You're wearing an SC jersey today.
Right now I am, yeah, because Ricky Schroeder took my spot in the school. That's why. And then he dropped out. Oh,
yeah, well, hey, props to this guy, man. This is just happening.
This is the movie to watch. You know, most of the other ones you could take or leave, but this one.
Are you going to do it?
What?
Are you going to do it?
Yeah. With who?
Are you
not Antonio?
Are you? Yes, you are. Are you going to give him his props?
Yeah.
How many stars are you giving?
Yeah, I thought I said. Yeah, this is definitely a 5-star movie.
5 stars.
We don't do this.
Might have been the first time we ever both gave a movie 5 stars.
Halloween.
Halloween, maybe
the first one.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, this is one of those times where you're just like, wow.
Yeah, this is an awesome movie.
Highly recommended. I can't say it enough.
All right, I'm Michael Mandy. He's Rowdy Jeff, and we'll talk to you next week at the Horror Debate.